Hello? Is it working now? Okay, there it goes. Seems like my internet just crashed in the middle of stream. That's not fun. Not sure what happened there. My internet just kind of crashed for like a couple of seconds. Anyways, as I was trying to say before my internet rudely crashed on me in the middle of stream, um, Light No Fires is very similar concept to No Man's Sky, except focused on one planet, and I expect they're going to focus more on the like MMO RPG aspects and have like hopefully more quests, maybe like a skill tree, leveling up, stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but I hope that they have a lot more content and a lot more detailed and fleshed out content. Because if it's only one planet, they can put a lot more love and attention into it and do like all the stuff No Man's Sky does, but in one smaller location, you know? So rather than like the typical No Man's Sky planets where you only discover like, I don't know, like 5 to 12 different kinds of animal species, the single planet in Light No Fires might have like a realistic amount of animal species. You can discover like thousands of them. Hello? Am I audible? Hello? Okay, I had to listen to my own stream for a second to make sure that I could be heard. Anyways, that's my opinion on Light No Fires. I hope it'll be I hope it'll be similar to No Man's Sky, but with a lot more content because it'll be focused on a smaller scale location of one planet, and you can have like a lot more quest and story and a lot more realistic numbers of like animals, minerals, and plants to discover. All right, warehouse. We moved into the large, central concrete building. A sturdy structure seemed to be in better shape than the other buildings. Its insides were a jumbled mess of rotting crates, broken machinery, and rusting metal. It was very likely that others had gone through the remains before us. I guess I'll search the warehouse. In the midst of the chaotic mess, we stumbled upon a crate with free crash alcohol, some of which was still good to drink. That would help us sleep during those long nights around the fire. We were just about to leave the chaotic mess in the hall when we heard a commotion from the rear. A group of bandits had apparently come in that way and considered us poor company. The dim hall lit up with flashes and started firing at each other. But everything is persistent. I mean, I don't know for certain because the game's not out yet, and I'm not like tapped in on like Hello Games news and whatever. But I think that would be a fun idea, having like persistent stuff. But they'd have to implement, I don't know, like land claims or something to make sure people can't just grief each other's stuff. Because that would be, if they didn't have a way to protect your buildings, then it would be just a huge mess of griefing, like 24/7. Let's see, I'll put you there, and I'll put you here to spawn a beast in front of yourself. And then I will use you to draw another convoy card. And end my turn. Heck, what are these things up here? Weird. Oh, that must be the enemy's cards. I see. So let me see. If I use this critter and attack this, and I use you, put you down, and you do 1 damage to everything. Put you here. What kind of music do y'all like? I listen to a lot of different stuff, mostly on like YouTube because I don't use Spotify or whatever. It would kind of be hard for me to name like a specific genre I enjoy, but I listen to stuff like, I don't know, Carpenter Brute, Volta, Magic Sword, um, Surgery Head. Anna Managuchi is pretty good. I like Chiptune. Chiptune's pretty good. And like 80s synthwave and stuff like that, like Beast in Black, I like that a lot. I also listen to some like older classic stuff like Nine Inch Nails, and there's this band called Health, which seems to do. I'm not certain if it's like a band or they do a lot of like collaborations and stuff. But Health makes some good music as well as like Perturbator, a lot of like techno 80s synthwave stuff and chiptune and whatnot is what I listen to. Oh no, my leader was killed. What happens? Defeat? With our prophet fallen in combat, we were at the mercy of our attackers. They wreaked havoc through the convoy, taking what they wanted, while the followers scattered to escape certain death. A few regrouped and decided to march on, but without the vision and power of the prophet, there was little hope. It wasn't long before the stragglers perished or abandoned the path. Game over. I was on the road for 90 days. Places visited 16, fights won 4, followers destroyed 44, followers lost 9. Okay. Let me see. I've only been streaming for about an hour, but I am getting hungry, so I'm going to put the stream on a little pause. I'm gonna pull up my BRB stream, and I will be away for, I don't know, maybe like 15, 20 or so minutes while I get something to eat real quick. So I will be right back to get some food so I can continue streaming. Hello, everybody. We are back from my BRB screen. I had a very quick lunch, thank God for microwave burritos. So now that I have eaten and I am refueled, I have enough energy to stream for another hour or two. So let's start a new run. This world is broken. Only the strong and the ruthless prevail in this land of ruins. Hope is for the naive and the weak. Until I heard its call from the night sky. The falling star spoke of power and forgotten knowledge. It told me where it would land long before it smashed into Soma. Its voice was weak and fragmented. But it carried the promise of a way out, a path to change, and it gave me a purpose. It took me weeks to cross through Soma's wilderness, then its impact shook the heavens. Hissing with heat, the sand around it had turned into glass. Then it spoke of the crypt for the last time. Do you all have any other hobbies? I like to roleplay. I do role-playing. I have a roleplay server, and I also play tabletop role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons, and I also like to write. I like writing things. So if I take this path, there'll be a fight, but then there'll be a healing thing right after it, and a couple of crossroads. So I feel like this path might be more profitable, but what is this yellow thing? The remains of another convoy. I want to check that out. I could always cross at this crossroads and check this out. That reminds you, you like role-playing, you try to get back into it. You're in my role-playing server, you should make a character. Go do it right now. Our outriders spotted smoke in the distance. We arrived at a scene of carnage. A group of traders and their wagons had been attacked by Hill Tribe raiders, but managed to fend them off, albeit with heavy losses. Blah blah blah. Right, let's help these guys. I got a Scorch Iron. So how does roleplay work when you're not playing a TTRPG or GTA roleplay? It's a little difficult to explain, but it's kind of like writing a book with other people, at least the way I prefer to do it. You do like paragraph style roleplay where you write like paragraphs of like descriptions of what your character is doing, what they look like, what their surroundings are like, and write dialogue. And then we kind of go in turns where it's like one person makes a post and then you at the next person and it's time for them to do their post and you go like that until the scene reaches a natural conclusion and then you end that specific scene and you move on to another one, kind of the way a book or a TV show would work where you split the action up into multiple different scenes so you can kind of like mentally cut from like one image on like the mental like imaginary screen to the next image on the screen and kind of write a collaborative story that way. um it is kind of difficult to organize and stuff, but yeah, it's kind of like improv. You can like plan scenes out in advance and like try to figure out like what you want to do, what you want to achieve and stuff. But overall, I like just having a vague plan and going in and figuring out what happens based on like character interactions and stuff like that. Um, the way my roleplay server works, we do it for like months at a time. So we kind of tell like a continuous improvised story that we like build off of each other. It's basically like a TTRPG, but without the dice, because you just kind of do things that feel right, and you try to like prevent like god modding and power gaming and stuff like that by just making sure everybody plays fair and like is like a trustworthy and nice person who's not going to be a dickhead to everybody else. Also, my roleplay server is not like it's not for like original OCs. The one that I have is for a fandom called Murder Drones. So we base like our roleplay world and like the characters off of an existing fandom. So it gives us a little bit of a basis to go off of and like plot lines to like develop or follow up on from the canon show. And we can make OOCs or play canon characters and stuff like that. It's overall it's kind of fun. I haven't really done anything like that before like last year. I started doing like public improvisational fandom roleplay about a year ago. Before then, I only did like private TTRPG campaigns with OCs. BRB at work. Okay. Good luck. My lord, I am not good at the strategy of this game at all. This guy back here, the shifty scavenger, I've been building up a lot of damage with him. So I'm hoping... What does Blackout do? Oh no, they just got rid of it. A unit affected by Blackout loses all keyword, card text, and applied status effects. You dickhead. That wasn't nice of you. What the hell? An attacker was struck in the head and fell stone dead into the dirt. This finally broke the morale of the rest, who put down their weapons. Please, don't kill us. Take whatever you want, but spare our lives. You know what? Because you're a dickhead and you blacked out my guy, I'm gonna continue the fight and kill you. Yeah, I want to bless my bandit sap thing. There we go. Alright, vegetables, sweets, and I got some heretics. I got some new followers. A small, ramshackle colony of sick beggars was clustered around the pools. The colony's inhabitants appeared ragged, yet they looked at us curiously from their small huts. Have Makul heal the sick. Sure, I have plenty of food. Liu went to work among the sick. At first they were cautious, but quickly a small crowd formed, waiting to be treated. Thanks to his experience and skills, he was able to ease their suffering, maybe even healing some of those whose cause felt lost. After experiencing our generosity firsthand and learning about our goal, many asked to join us on our journey. Sure. Those who were still able to walk gathered their belongings and joined our trek. How many wounded followers do I have? A decent amount. Need to heal the leader some too. Okay. Leave camp. Continue your journey. Our convoy approached a fortified structure. Behind a rough barricade that consisted of rubble, wire, and wooden stakes, smoke rose from a handful of buildings. The gate to the settlement was closed and guards were watching us from towers. Investigate? We had our scouts fan out around the fort to avoid an ambush. They reported back that the settlement was well protected, but otherwise everything seemed normal. Approach. We carefully inched our wagons closer to the fort, trying to maintain a peaceful impression. The heavily armed guard stepped up and asked us to state our identity and purpose. Ask for shelter. After some commotion behind the scenes, we were allowed to enter the settlement. A commander wielding a plasma rifle greeted us. Judging from our posture and attitudes, he seemed to be a trained soldier. Recruit commander. We tried to talk the commander into joining us. Finally, she agreed, but only in exchange for a significant amount of food for the settlement. I don't have a lot of food, but I'll take it. Alright, thank God I went to a crossroads so I get some more food. Alright, a fight. A fight has broken out. Oh god, oh god. Target friendly follower gets +2, -1. Interesting. End this right away. There we go. Victory, water, and fine fabrics. A dark and oily rain pounded down on our caravan, clouds blocking out the sky. Visibility became very limited, and some of the convoy asked to stop for a rest. We can stop for a rest. It took a few hours, but eventually the weather let up. Oh boy, I got some scrap. Alright, now I want to check out this thing down here, so I want to go towards this fight. A large fortress blocked our path. This was a sturdy structure constructed out of ochre mud bricks. Its heavy scrap metal gate cut off the road. Approached the fortress openly. A warning shot cracked and sent up a spray of dirt at our feet. An unseen voice called down from the ramparts. "This land is not open to you. Turn around and leave. Now!" We saw movements of a few armed bodies up on the walls. Plead with them to let you pass. Our words touched the heart of the commander. Against the protest of some of our people, they opened the barricade to let us pass. We moved through the fortress with defenders flanking us, some looking unhappy at our perceived trespassing. A shove from one turned into a punch, which then turned into an all-out fight. By the time the commander had called them to heal, people on both sides had already been wounded. We quickly left this tense situation as the commander decreed a sentence of lashes on those who disobeyed her orders. We noticed a strange smell in the air. Eventually we saw the cause. An entire section of forest on the other side of the valley was on fire. Luckily, there was a large river between us and the fire, so we could enjoy the wild spectacle of the flames as it burned all night. Even from afar, we could hear the unsettling noise of plasma weapons. Close to the road, a settlement was under attack by a small swarm of rusters. The humans had barricaded themselves in, but they had no chance against the high-energy beam weapons. There was no way for us to sneak past without drawing attention to ourselves. I guess I'll attack them. Use you to kill this. Hello? Oh, there it goes. Okay. There we go, I've won. I got some minerals and some batteries. When the last of the machines was obliterated, we explored the settlement. Wounded survivors with grim faces stared blankly at us, unsure what to expect. Ask for help? We lowered our weapons and signaled that it was safe out here. Cautiously, the settlers emerged from their cover. For our efforts, we received not only spare valuables, but also treatment of the wounds we got while defending the settlers. Nice. Let me see, I can level up. I'll level up for 10 batteries. Select a card to flip it. Pick a card or flip over another card. Destroy all followers of strength 3 or less. Deal 1 damage to target. Battle Cry. All your followers take 1 damage and gain +2 until your next turn. I'll take Battle Cry. Here you can edit your leader deck by spending 1 focus point to remove a card. Be aware that cards are removed permanently and that there's a minimum deck size that you cannot fall below. I see. Alright, let's check out this crossroads here. The smoking ruins of a battle-ravaged convoy lay before us, its previous owners scattered dead around it. But there was movement. A squad of armed men and women made their way through the wreckage, taking whatever valuables they could find and murdering the few survivors still moving. Stop them! I should not have placed that guy there, he's gonna get killed. There he goes. Sweet lord. You're back, sort of? Well, welcome back, kind of. Nah, I think I'm gonna kill you guys. Am I into cars at all? Not really. I don't know a lot about cars, I'll be honest. The shattered survivors joined our band. They too had once been on a journey to the crypt when their caravan was lost to the dangers of the road. With new hope and new comrades, they took what meager belongings their convoy held and followed us. Let's see. I like my Scorch Iron better than that pistol. I can level up again. Coordinated fire. Deal 2 damage to all enemy followers for every refreshed follower on your side. Exhaust all your followers. I see. Set target follower strength to the highest strength in battle, ignoring target follower. Target follower gains +4, -2. These are all pretty good. I think I might take Blind Rage, though. I have unlocked a slot for another piece of equipment. Well, I have no equipment, sadly. Alright, another fight. Yeah, I don't really understand how cars work, and I don't have much of an interest in, like, mechanical work and stuff like that. I'm in a tight spot right now. I don't have anything right now that can damage the leader. That didn't really help. Do you drive? No, I do not. I don't own a car. Damn it. I died again. That was like a draw. This game's tough. Let's do another run. This might be my last one for this stream. No, I'm not paying 15 batteries. I'm gonna take this demolition charge, it'll do something. It's very easy to die in this game. Well, it is a roguelike, that's kind of the point of them. You die over and over again until you get lucky and you learn new strategies and stuff. But yeah, it is tough. Deal 1 damage to all units and leaders. Well, I win. I got meat and bones. It was in the darkest hours of the night when we suddenly heard a commotion on the edge of the camp. A raider, his face painted and his body decorated with human bones, wielded a knife as he stood over Kusumavati. Behind him, other raiders were trying to carry off 3 tied-up followers into the darkness. With a sharp battle cry, we threw ourselves onto the attackers. Inch, they just pushed me. They pushed my guy behind this obstacle. On unit, I can get away with moving these 2 guys into a frontline position so I can do some attacks with them. Oh my lord. Well, there goes all of my guys. they just killed themselves if they didn't have enough cards. Okay. How often do I stream? Currently I try to stream about twice a week. It's usually on Thursdays and Sundays, but I missed my Sunday stream, so I'm streaming today on Tuesday. The sun had barely risen above the horizon when a small group of people came stumbling down the path through the gray morning mist. It was a man and various family members dressed in rags and pulling their meager belongings in a handcart. Invite them in. We waved at the man, signaling him to come closer and join us. I'm Mar, he said, smiling weakly. His family looked famished, staring at us with blank expressions. They were the sole survivors of a nearby farm that was attacked by raiders. The path ahead was blocked by a barricade made of wagons. We were confronted by a grim-looking Sharam missionary and her escort of masked holy warriors. Are you pure of heart? If you are, then you must tell us. We have heard rumors of a dreaded technopath in this region. We have seen no such techno-demon. We managed to convince the missionary that we were pious people. She glanced suspiciously as our caravan, mumbled a blessing, and let us pass. Yippee! Let's see. Maybe if I go this way, I can get to this yellow thing. We found ourselves approaching a fortress blocking the path ahead. A squat building fashioned out of uneven stone stood beside the path, and a heavy barricade blocked the road. The sharp points of scrap metal construction glinted threateningly in the light. Movement ahead made it clear that they had noticed our approach and were watching us cautiously. Kusamavati offered to leave the path, sneak ahead, and create a diversion. I'll send the saboteur. Kusamavati left the trail as the wind picked up, a small bundle of improvised explosives in his hand. We advanced slowly to keep the guard's attention on us and quickly lost sight of Kusumavati. Just as we got within weapon range of the fortress, a loud explosion rocked the barricade, tearing it apart. The enemy was distracted. This was our moment. Close call, but I won. I got meat, natural dyes, and slaves. The barricade was broken and the remaining defenders lowered their weapons. We held them in check as we advanced through the fortress. We had defeated them soundly, and in the chaos of battle, none of their number had managed to raise the alarm. While they regarded us with pure hatred, we destroyed the signal pit they might have otherwise used to bring help. No reinforcements were coming anytime soon. With the last rays of the setting sun, we arrived at a circle of old wagons that were surrounded by piles of bottles and empty plastic barrels. Smoke was rising from one of the wagons, which had been customized to add an array of chimneys. A seedy-looking old man with a bottle in his hand greeted us with a toothless smile, offering us his home-brewed spirits. Sure, I'll take some liquor. We decided to lift the mood in the caravan by purchasing some of the man's home-brewed alcohol. For a handful of batteries, we received a crate of bottles filled with a milky, pungent liquor. When we made camp later in the day, we passed around a few bottles. The milky substance had a strong taste, but was potent enough to create a relaxed atmosphere. We complimented the old man on his creation and drank through half the crate during an evening full of drinking, laughter, and much-needed joy. When we woke up in the morning, Thumper and Tamani were hardly able to walk. The old man was nowhere to be found. Cursing our foolishness, we moved on from the damned distillery. Blah, blah, blah. I'll take Battle Cry. Sometimes I'm like, I don't fucking know what's happening in this game. Like, I place down things and the enemy does the thing, and then my whole board is suddenly wiped. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm screwed. There I go, once again. Game over. Return to menu. Let me see. My stream crashed earlier in the middle, but I think before it crashed I had been streaming for about an hour, and I'm streamed for another hour. Let me see. Yeah, so altogether it's been about 2.5 hours, and I've died like 3 or 4 times in this game by now, so I think maybe I might go ahead and end the stream now. Let me go to my chatting screen. And let me actually close the game because the music's still playing. Alright, so that's going to be the end of today's stream. Thank you everybody for coming. That was Nowhere Prophet, which is a roguelike deck builder which has an art style that appears to be inspired by the likes of Borderlands and Disco Elysium. The gameplay is sort of similar to Inscription and Slay the Spire. It's pretty fun, but it's very difficult, seeing as it is a roguelike, and I don't feel personally like it makes a very interesting material to watch, so I probably won't be playing more of this on stream, but I might play more of it off stream in the future, because it wasn't a bad game, I'm just kind of bad at it. Let me check my schedule to see when my next stream will be. Willpower, willing, like energy levels and all that stuff. My next stream should be 2 days from now, Thursday, February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. I will be playing part 3 of Ultra Kill. I believe at the end of my last Ultra Kill stream, I made it to 5-1, which I think might be the Wrath layer, if I remember correctly. I don't know what to expect from Wrath, but yeah, Ultra Kill is a very fun game. I'll be playing more of it on Thursday. And then after that, on Sunday, February 16th, my next Buried Treasure stream will be Library of Ruina, which is a game that I know very little about, but I think it might be maybe the same people who made Lobotomy Corporation, which I also don't know much about, and then people like it a lot. I tried to play it like once and it was kind of overwhelming, so we'll have to see how Library of Ruina goes. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming to today's stream. Thank you, the Majestic Fufu, for sticking around for today's Nowhere Prophet stream. It was very nice to meet you, and I hope you will be here for future streams. I will look forward to seeing everybody for my Ultra Kill stream on Thursday. Let's see if anybody I know is live. There's one person I know who's live. I don't know them very well, but I do know them. There's also another person I know who's live. Let's see how long these two have been going for to make sure I don't raid at the end of the stream. Alright, it looks like both of them are about in the middle of their stream, so either one I raid will probably be fine. I think I'm gonna raid Penny Senseless. I really need to make a habit of actually talking to people who I raid more often, because I don't really know her, but I've raided her once before. So here is the raid command, and let me write up the raid message. Alright, if you don't have access to my candy corn heart emoji, you could also use Twitch's bleed purple emoji, which is another one of my favorites. So yeah, thank you once again everybody who came to today's stream, and I will see you on Thursday for more Ultra Kill. Goodbye!